to go out today, so I was like, I filmed like, you know, a get ready with me before, but I never like really got into detail about my makeup. So I'm gonna do a makeup routine, like a get ready with me, while I talk about high school. High school is one of the most important things anybody could go through. It's one thing that, you know, a lot of people can decide for themselves. It's something before you grow up. It's like there. And I want to talk about like the little things like senioritis and like grades, because not a lot of people, like, they go into high school thinking it's just like the same as middle school, but it's really not the same as middle school. And I'm just here to like tell you guys like what is high school really about, you know? And like for the people who like, you know, don't like, for the people who, you know, who don't have people who's in high school, you know, they're the oldest ones, or people who are in high school, and like just different grade levels. And I'm going to rate them because me personally, I did not have a good high school. I don't think I had a couple people and friends and all of that, but high school itself, we're just gonna get into the run of that. So I'm going to do my makeup, talk about it because it's one thing that, you know, to get over, to like go through time. So okay, so just as proof, I downloaded it from Douglas County High School. And yeah, my current school that I'm going to now is Georgia State University. And yeah, so let's talk about preparations first. You'll need a lot of your mom's Gmail. You don't understand how much you have to put that into things or whatever. Well, maybe like maybe once or twice, but it definitely comes up more and often. Also, you're gonna have to have a lot of money because the things that you will want to do, like it costs. And also, I don't know if you guys had it, but we had like senior dues. That was one thing that they talked about. So it's different for everybody, obviously. For me, we had senior dues, and in our senior dues they would give us t-shirts, and only some games were free. The rest you'll probably have to pay for it. It doesn't really cover the basics. It doesn't really cover everything. Like, I know when my aunts went to the same school I did, they said that senior dues was a lot cheaper and it paid for pretty much everything. That's not true. At least for me. It only paid for a little bit, and then I paid late, so I didn't even get my t-shirt, which is one thing that I really wanted, but I didn't get. But yes, you're gonna have to pay a lot, especially with inflation. No matter if you're going in next year or you're going this year, you're gonna have to keep paying for a lot of stuff, especially during senior year. So preparations, you're gonna need a lot of money. Two, pencils, definitely, you know all the basics. When they say that you require a lot of things, it's definitely meant, because you will. Color pencils, I really didn't need all of that. They did provide it, but if you want to have color pencils, bring them. It will definitely, you know, sometimes help. Anyways, so I'm going in with this Innisfree Pore Cleanser Tone first. And I'm going to use one of these wipes that I have. This is one of the best pore cleanser tones I've ever used, and it's free. It's just the big one thing for me. Like, I love, and it's free. I don't know, if you guys ever decide to get anything, this will be what I recommend for you to get. Obviously, you can see my skin, it's not that clear, but I do use this every time I do my makeup. I don't do my makeup that often, but when I was in school, I did. So, yeah. So, yeah, money will be one thing that you do need, especially during your senior year. Another thing that I want to talk about is teachers. You're going to get your good fare of, you know, believe that work is the only thing that you'll need when you get older. Like, you're not gonna have, like, you don't need communication, so they're gonna obviously tell you to stop talking to people. Also, phones is one thing a lot of teachers will not let you have. Some teachers are okay and cool with it, but me personally, I've had all teachers that was like absolutely no phones. So you're gonna get your good fare of good teachers, but I definitely did not get my fair of good teachers. I mostly did not like most of my teachers. They were so like rude. I mean rude. Like, I don't know if they just like, yeah, give her a bad teacher. But for me, I definitely had my good fare of bad teachers. I also had a good fare of good teachers. That was a good thing. But the good teachers. Also, let's see. So yeah, let's talk about 9th grade first, because I want to tackle that. Obviously, you guys are going to be scared, because I was scared once. I was like, they do have this thing where you can go to your school early. So like, I recommended you do that, like a tour, not a tour, but like, so you can see all your classes, you can sign up for them. They're definitely going to have those. So I recommend you go if you're a 9th grader, because I would like you to see where all your classes are before you get lost, because I got lost. Not once, but twice. The first day and the second day. Because what had happened was they had switched. So basically they had said my teacher name was this one, but the room that they had put me in was not the same room as, it was not the same as the teacher's room. So basically, different number, different class. But the number didn't match. So yeah. Also, one thing is that make sure you're like really nice to your teachers, because I mean, first impressions go hard. You're obviously going to know if your teacher is like mean or not. Just get on their good side, I'd say that. So yeah, it's not really much about 9th grade. It's just like, you'll be scared, but like, unless you're going into a whole nother district where, like, you know, your friends didn't go to, obviously you're going to be twice as scared. But when you walk into the classroom and you see the same old people that you were with in middle school and elementary school, it's not going to be that scary. It's same people, different area. So if you think you're going to be scared, you are, but it won't be like, you're like, okay, I know these people. Sometimes you'll have new classmates or whatever, because like, it's like different districts going into one big one, because high school is like high school. There's so many elementary and middle schools, but high school is going to be like one high school in the middle of all of it. So obviously you're going to know people or not know people that it goes to that class at that time. It's going to be like there, it's going to happen. So yeah, Also be prepared, because if you're not prepared, you better ask a friend, you better ask anybody. If you're not prepared, the first day you will have to write. They will make you write. You have to talk to people a lot. It's one thing, all of that. What's another thing I'd say? It's like, just be chill, just vibe. Like, make sure you're listening to, please. Yeah. Also, ninth grade. I was a COVID girl my ninth grade. I was in COVID my ninth grade year. I was in COVID my ninth grade year, so that meant that like I was online. Like, my whole ninth grade year I was online. A lot of people went to school, but I couldn't, because I had to watch. I had my little sister that had just been born, or was on the way at the time. Maybe my first semester she wasn't born, and then my second semester she was. This is hurting. And then my second semester she was born. Like, I can't think with this band on. But I was definitely watching my cousins, because at the time my mom was on fraternity leave, so all my cousins, you know, everybody who had to do online, they were all just in one big house, or one small house. So, you know, I missed a lot of school. I failed. I only passed 2 classes, one being gym, I believe. So I failed horrendously, but I did not get held back. I got, the next year I went to school. So I went to, they do things like when you can make up credit, but like, you don't have to go to summer school. It's called E2020. That's what they had for me. They definitely had that for me, and I passed all my classes, and I got extra classes too, so I can like be on time to graduate, which I am on time to graduate. Whoop, whoop. That was corny, but yeah, they definitely have that. Another thing, okay, let's pause there. We're gonna talk about this. Okay, so I don't know what it is. As you can see, it says HD, and right here it says black, pink in your area. Anyways, it's matte and it's ultra cream concealer. I'm gonna put that above my eyes. It's my skin tone, but it's not my skin tone, and it kind of does this like weird brown part or thing, and I'll show you when I like put it. So yeah, I moisturize my face with this, by the way, because I don't think I showed this. And then I put this eyebrow pencil, which is actually is an eyeliner, but I put it as my eyebrow pencil. So yeah, and then I'm going in with this. So yeah, freshman year it will be hard, and also it'll determine like you know, you really don't have to focus on GPA until you get into high school. GPA is one thing that like it'll be like, oh yeah, so I need to start focusing, like I need to be real. And you'll definitely have that. And also one thing is, if you do fail, it'll bring your GPA down. I don't know too much about GPAs. All I know is if you get an A, it stays. If you get a B, it goes down. If you get a C, it goes down. And obviously, if you get an E, it goes down. But I think if you get anything lower than a 95, it'll bring it down. Anything other than 100, it'll bring your GPA down. But you gotta make sure you have A's to have a good GPA. I'm not gonna tell you my GPA, but failed 6 classes. And I brought that all up during my 10th grade year. So now let's talk about 10th grade year. 10th grade year. 10th grade year and 11th grade year is one of the years, you know, you can like settle down, not necessarily settle down, but like make sure you're doing your work. Just make sure you're on it. But you know, you're gonna definitely have a lot more friends. You know, you're gonna experience things like parties. Obviously, you'll get your share of parties. I have not got mine because I decided not to go to parties unless I'm old enough, which now I am. I still don't go to parties, but yeah, obviously you'll have your friends that maybe invite you to the party, or you'll follow people, and most of the time they're not like invitational parties. Most of the time it is online parties. Like they'll say DM me to drop the addy or whatever. You'll get a lot of those, and obviously you can if you want to, but just know, you make sure you know the people, because it is still dangerous out there. And if your mom doesn't let you go to parties or whatever, that's okay, because at the time when I did want to go to parties, I was still a freshman, so my mom was like, no. So yeah, but yeah, 10th grade year is 10th grade year is definitely the year that you just calm down a little bit, make your friends, you know, go places, because if you don't, I feel like you're not gonna really, like, obviously every class you get, you're gonna make friends. That's one thing I think I can guarantee you, is if you're a talkative person or if you're sitting next to anybody, you gotta make sure they're like very nice though. Like, I'm telling you, you just gotta make sure that they're very nice. But one thing I can definitely guarantee you is that you'll make friends per class. I sprayed this Wild and Wet photo focus mini neutral. It's basically setting spray. So I sprayed it, and I'll dap it in while it's on. Okay, so yeah, 10th and 11th grade is also one good year. I feel like, okay, so you're definitely going to remember your 9th grade year. You're probably not going to remember your 10th grade year when you graduate, or your 11th grade year. It was kind of blurry to me. All I remember in my 9th grade year though is how I had PE, and I had PE during my 9th grade year, and what we used to do is we used to run the camera, like we had to show us running, and then we would have to do heartbeats or whatever. It was so funny. And I remember this one time where I was in there, and like I literally, like, cause I have low iron so bad, or I eat too much sodium, I think, so I passed out like just for a minute, or I fell. That's what happened. I fell for a good little minute, and it was so embarrassing. Like, I don't know, and I hope nobody has seen me, because yeah, I like woke up, or like came to my senses, because I only passed out for like 2 seconds, but I came to my senses. I was like, oh my god, I hope nobody's seen that. And like I jumped up. But yeah, that was one thing. 10th grade year, yeah. So let's see, 10th grade year. 10th grade year. 10th grade year. 10th grade year. I think 10th grade year was, I don't know. I don't remember me doing anything. So basically, when I was in 10th grade year, COVID, it wasn't really that strong. It was like, y'all, you can go to school or not. Virtual is still optional, and my mom let me go that time. So I did go. And even though it happened, like, I'm pretty sure, like, you know how like it was for you, because virtual was still a thing for middle school too, so you'll know how it is. But yeah, that's one thing. We had to wear a mask. My mom forced me to wear a mask 24/7. And obviously you'll get your fair share of people who don't like you. It's fine. I definitely had a couple of those. Didn't get into any fights, thank God. I was just somewhat of an innocent person trying to find her way. And obviously I would run into things, but yeah. I feel like if you were ever to get in a fight, which not, make sure you get that all out your 10th and 11th grade and your 9th grade, or 10th and 9th grade, because your 11th grade is when, you know, you start to mature, and people will tell you you need to be more mature, because like one fight, because in my school, if you ever got into a fight, if you ever got expelled for any type of reason, you can't attend like things issued by school, like 11th grade prom, dances, homecoming. They will tell you, yeah, you can't attend that because you got ISS. So if you ever want to get anything out, make sure you get it out 10th and 9th grade. That's a must. I'm telling you, that's a must. Also, yeah, I think that pretty much covers about 10th and 9th grade. 11th grade, you have to get more serious, making sure you don't fail, because again, your GPA will be very low. Also, you will definitely get that fair share person who's like, let me copy of your work. Obviously, you do whatever you want with them, because sometimes I'll be that person too. Like, if I'm missing a day or something, because I missed a lot of days when I was in 11th grade. I had to stay home for a couple of days, for a couple of hours before my mom got off. So then I'd go to school late because I needed somebody to watch my sister. So I missed like maybe like 1 or 2 class periods, or maybe 1, or like half of 1. And I will always ask a person, like, can I like get this? Like, obviously I showed that, like, you know, I work or whatever, but you know, it's still a thing. Make sure you're doing your work. Oh, I don't know what this is. Like, I know what it is. I just don't like specifically know. So this is MAC, and then this shade is NW45. Yeah, so then I put that, you know, wherever I showed you. And yeah, so that's about pretty much it for 11th grade. Just make sure you're focused, because your 10th grade year. Also, if you want to graduate early, attend dual enrollment. If you want to go to college, no, I'm sorry. Okay, so if you want to graduate early, make sure you're good with grades and all that all the time. If you want to graduate early, if you just want to go to college, attend dual enrollment. Dual enrollment is one thing that I wish I would have done, especially with me wanting to go to college and graduating college early, because that is a thing that they had in Georgia for us, but I didn't attend it because my GPA was at the time bad. Also, I still needed to take a lot more classes before I graduated, so I couldn't do it. But if I had an option, I would. I didn't think that okay, so actually 11th grade I could have done it, but I didn't think that I attended it, but I wish I would have, because I didn't think I was going to go to college. But now I'm like, you know, going to Georgia State, I'm like, I should have done it. But yeah, so I'm going to use this. It's also matte, and it doesn't show the shade because it's torn. But yeah, this is matte, and I'm gonna put this on my hand, like one swipe, just go like that. And then I'm gonna take this red lipstick. And I'm gonna put it next to it. I'm using this because I don't, no ma'am. So yeah, I'm gonna put that next to it. And then I'm gonna use this brush. I use with coconut oil, so coconut oil is still up there, but it still makes this this matte, because that thing was matte. So I'm gonna put that on my cheek to like make just a little bit of highlighter off. This is lipstick shade, I think this is 06, but it's 06, and on the top it says passion red. So yeah, this is what I use for like my blush, because I don't have any actual blush, but I needed something that was, you know, a little red and a little something that's pink, so it can mix together and make a good combination. So yeah, now let's get into the final year, graduation year, because a lot of people won't take it seriously, and you won't understand how many people get held back because they think that 11th to 12th grade year is slack. Like, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that, I need to be on my phone all the time because I just don't pay attention. I'm that type of person. You're wrong. A lot of teachers, they know it's your last year, and if you're like in a mixed class, especially them, they'll be on it. They'll be like, don't you graduate this year, whatever. If you pay attention, obviously it's good, but like, I'm telling you, it's like they're gonna be on your ass about everything that you do. Also, we have senior skip day. You know, senior skip day is one thing. You'll have so many missing things, so they'll be like, you will need like a slip that says that you've been out for this long to be approved. They'll just be on you for like absolutely no reason. Back up. Like, you'll be like, back up. Like, they'll be on your ear, like telling you everything you need to do. Do this, do that, do that. You'll need to do it, obviously. But some teachers will be nice enough to be like, help you out, because a lot of teachers did help me out too. So like, it just basically all depends on teachers. You need to have good teachers. So that's my but yeah, so my experience. Let's talk about my experience. I did not have a good experience. I'm gonna say that 9th grade, I rated about a good 4 out of 10. One thing, did I put too much blush? Do I look like a monkey? I'd say I rate 10th grade. This is when I started making friends, because 9th grade I didn't really have friends. You know, I knew people and they knew people, and then that's how I was like close to them, but they never really was my friends, you know. I'd say a good 7 out of 10. This is when I realized, this is when I started realizing that a lot of people will be fake. A lot of people will be fake. A lot of people will be fake. And you can't do nothing about it. I learned this one thing that my friend used to do. people want to leave you regardless. So yeah, your mentality, you're gonna be like, oh my god, I need a lot of friends. Like, I need a lot of friends. But then when you realize, like, in your 10th grade, you're gonna be like, I don't really need friends like that. Like, friends are overrated. You're just gonna realize friends are overrated. I definitely made a lot of more friends and whatever. I'd say my peak year was 11th grade. The reason I say this is because definitely I made a lot more friends. The reason I say this is because I definitely made a lot more friends. I got to experience a lot of things that I didn't experience in my 11th grade, and just a lot more people made it definitely fun. And I'm gonna like raise a toast for them because they were amazing. Like, obviously I'm over exaggerating when I say that, but yeah, I definitely made a lot more cool people in 11th grade, you know. And then when I left 11th grade, everything kind of changed. Like, I left 11th grade, and obviously all the people I knew were still there, but it was just like, maybe because it was like my last year, I don't know. So this did not, so around, I definitely banned for a good little amount. My hair is poking out of there. It's whatever. I'm just going to cover it up with this concealer. I'm going to do like 2 swatches. And then I'm going to do this HD lace thing. And then I'm going to go in with my skin tone color concealer wherever she's at. And obviously this does have a little bit of red on it, but it's fine. As you can see, it still shows, but it's fine. The lady, that is another story, but this lady was an absolute, I wouldn't say nightmare, because she did do good, but when I tore this off, it was so bad. I cried. I didn't cry, but like, I don't know. That's just a story for another time. Oh yeah, let's talk about 12th grade year. My 12th grade year was an absolute horrible. It was absolutely horrible. Lost a lot of friends. And in general, just in general in school too. I don't know. A lot of people took, I wouldn't say, I don't know what's right here. I wouldn't say necessarily took it to heart. I was just distancing myself for a while. And then when I came back to school, a lot of people was like, yeah, she don't talk to me no more. Or what happened with young so-and-so? And I'm like, what you talking about? And people started just being like, yeah, because I heard something and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, listen. We're going to band. I'm going to put these lashes on. I don't know. I just got them from the beauty supply store. Ripped the package and threw the thing away. I don't know where my glue is. Oh, found it. Okay, so I found my glue. But yeah, 12th grade year. I read about just if 12th grade year was like any other year, I would rate it about maybe as a 5. But just because I had so many like parties and so many like events that I had to do where I had to attend because it was my 12th grade year, I rated about a 7.5. But yeah, a lot of people will be scared because yeah, like I tell my cousins all the time, like, yeah, high school is hard, but I don't mean like work hard. Like, obviously if you pay attention, high school wouldn't be that hard. I wasted a lot of glue. Obviously if you pay attention, high school wouldn't be that hard, but it's hard as in finding yourself hard.
if you have not already found yourself. A lot of people in the 11th grade will tell you, have you found out what you want to do yet? Like, next year is your last year, and you know you're finna graduate, and after that is like, what you gonna do now? Like, I haven't found out. And I was like, I still don't know what I'm gonna do. I haven't figured it out yet. Not until the last couple of years, I was like, I'll apply to Georgia State. You know, with my GPA, my credits, and all of that, I was like, I'm not gonna get in. I even applied to KSU. Just all the schools that's near me. I only applied to like 3. I applied to AAMU, I applied to KSU, and I applied to GSU. And let me tell you why I applied to so many, like, I didn't apply to enough colleges. I went to my counselor my 11th grade year. No, at the beginning of my 12th grade year, I went to my counselor, and I was like, is there anything that I can do? Is there just like anything? Because I was explaining to her my situation. Like, my 9th grade year, it was bad because, you know, I had to take care of my cousins. It was just like, it wasn't good for me. That's what I'm saying. Like, your 9th grade year depends on it. But she was like, she wasn't paying attention. She was eating, and she wasn't looking me in my face. She wasn't being respectful at all. I don't think anything that she said was being respectful. But she was like, I'm gonna keep it real with you. You're not gonna be able to go to any colleges. I think I brought up IB. That's why she said I wouldn't go to IB colleges. But I did mention Georgia State to her. I was like, I want to go to things like Georgia State. I know I can't get into anything like UCLA, but like, is there anything? She was like, I'm gonna give it real with you. You're probably not gonna be able to go to any colleges. Maybe community colleges. She was telling me that I can go to community colleges. She was saying you'll probably go to community colleges or maybe HBCUs. And I'm like, so that means I'm not gonna be able to get into any colleges? She was like, no, I'm just keep it real with you. And I was like, oh, okay. And I took a while, waited till I got out of her class to cry, because I mean, obviously I didn't know what I wanted to do, but just the thought of being in college is just one thing. Like, you know, going to college and obviously attending college for life. Being like, I want to go to college for the experience. She definitely told me that I'm not even going to be able to go to college. Like, that it's just going to have to be the last thing on my list. Basically, she was like, yeah, you're not going to college. So she said that I could go to HBCUs. So the only college that I applied for at the time was AAMU, the college in Alabama. And obviously, you know, I got in, but like, I was like, dang, like, is she right? Like, is she right that I'm not gonna get into any colleges? So I didn't apply to any other colleges because obviously AAMU was like sitting there waiting for me, and I'm like, I'll just go, you know, I'm just go. And then I kept telling a lot of people about my story, about how she said I couldn't get into any colleges. And then I told my family, and they was like, you want me to go say something to her? Because I'll say something to her, da-da-da-da. I was like, no, it's fine. It's cool. She probably just doing her job. And then a lot of people was like, that's not her doing her job. She's supposed to help you. And if she can't help you, she's just not supposed to throw you under the bus like that. And I'm like, it's fine, y'all. I got it. Like, it's cool. So I had this really cool idea to apply to one school that I did mention to her and see if I would have got in. That school was Georgia State. And I got in, not to prove any points, but like, if anybody was to ever throw you under the bus, don't listen. Absolutely don't listen to them, because you can do it, bitch. Okay. Yeah, but don't listen. I just wanted to prove a point. Like, if you don't think you can do it, especially like if it's too far, you can do it. You won't be surprised at how many schools will accept you with a low GPA, a low, maybe not attendance rate, but a low GPA, and you have good like things. Like, also, Georgia State didn't even accept me with an SAT and ACT. So with my application and my GPA and my schedule, because they need like your school grades basically, and attendance or whatever. They accepted me, not on the spot, but yeah. So I'm going to Georgia State. Right now I'm going to Perimeter College because, again, I needed 30 credits and I only have 27. So they're helping me with that, but Perimeter College is the same as regular college. It's just that one helps you get to where you want to be. But yeah, so my counselor told me, and that's the only reason why I applied for 3 colleges, and I got accepted into 2 out of 3 colleges I applied for. But what? AMU, KSU, and Georgia State University. I got accepted into all of them except for KSU. I did not get accepted to KSU, but that's fine. I think the only reason why I wanted to go to KSU though was because their language, they have this language thing, like where you can learn any languages, and at the time I really wanted to learn Korean, so I applied just for that, and yeah, they had it, but I didn't get accepted. But I got accepted into art and to Georgia State University, so that's what I'm going for after when I finish Perimeter College. But yeah, they got a spot for me and it's held, period. But yeah, so one thing that I'm gonna tell you for your senior year is don't listen to nobody. I'm gonna say it as like a good thing, because a lot of people tell you what you can't do, and people for you have other things in mind. So you can apply for anything that you want, and anything that catches your eye. If it's meant for you, it's gonna be meant for you. And it's not meant for other people to tell you that you can't go there because they don't think that you can go there. They have plans for you. So I just put this full cover concealer. I really don't use foundation like that, y'all, but I put that in the areas like on the bottom part because it was getting kind of dark. But yeah, I just wanted to say that because a lot of people, it definitely happened to me. Experience will happen, everything will happen. Obviously, you'll have some of your first of things in college, in high school, and it's just all for you to decide what you want. It's not going to be hard. It's not going to be like extremely hard. You just do you. That's all I can tell you, is do you. And hopefully you'll get whatever you want. If you don't think that you'll get it, try anyway. But yeah, my dream is to become the reason why I'm going to art, it's mostly like art and design, but the reason why I'm going is because I have a thing for fashion, and my dream is to be a model. And then I just want to be more in depth about art to be a model before I am a model. So that's just why I'm attending school. A lot of people did tell me to don't go to college because it'll be a waste of time. you're wasting my time. You're wasting my time, not them. Anyways, obviously it's expensive. Obviously it is expensive, but it's fine. Like, I don't know. You just gotta think, if you really don't want to go to high school, I mean, if you really don't want to go to college, don't go to college, because you're gonna be in debt for something that you regret for your whole life. That's one thing I can see. And then okay, so then I'm gonna use this Max Shimoria lip polish, and I'm gonna put that on my lips. But yes, my experience for 12th grade was about, I'd say about 7 out of 10. I really didn't like it, but yeah, my graduation was cool. I was rushing, so I didn't look how I wanted to, but my graduation was cool. Also say my prom was cool. Didn't go how I wanted to, but it went cool. I don't know. A lot of things will not go your way, especially for things big. A lot of people will be proud of you, but a lot of people will be proud of you because maybe because they're your child or whatever. But a lot of things will not go your way, and that's fine. Even though won't, you still have college. Yeah. Oh, this girl really messed up this wig, but it don't look bad to the point where it's unwearable. So, and it compliments me so much. So I'm gonna keep wearing this wig until it's plain. So like mixed with human hair and mixed with synthetic. So I cannot curl it. But until this is unwearable, I will stop wearing it. She did say that this will last only a couple days though, but I had it on about 5 times now. But yes, if you are ever wondering, like, long story short, if you are ever wondering if you will not graduate and you're thinking of yourself like, you know, maybe I won't graduate, you know, maybe this one class will determine if I'm failing or retaking, or if, you know, if I'm gonna get held back or anything, like, just know that you can do it. Also, I want to say one more thing. If you don't think you can do it, you can. Don't listen to anybody. Be yourself. One thing, don't try to fit in, because fitting in, people will know your flaws. If you don't think people are knowing that you do this behind their back, they know. So if you don't think people are talking about you, they probably are, and it's probably bad. But don't listen to them. Don't listen to anything. Be yourself, because a lot of people will call you out on your flaws, especially in high school. People will be quick to say anything to you. Also, focus, really focus, because I'm telling you, your ninth grade year is going to determine if you're going to have a good life in 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. Do dual enrollment if you, or like work-based learning, dual enrollment. Those are some things that you should consider doing yourself, or bringing that into like the picture if you want to graduate early. You will most likely 9 out of 10 make class friends. I'm not going to say they're going to be your whole entire friend, your best friend, but you'll make a lot of class friends. Just be yourself. That's all I can say. If you think it's going to be scary, of course it's going to be scary, but it's all for you to determine how you want to do your life. And yeah, high school was in general, 6 or 7.5 out of 10, and it could be better, especially for you, if you just know, like, if like anything is it. So if you do have any more questions, you can DM me, on my Instagram. I'll put everything in my link, and I'll put it like on the screen right here too. But if you have any questions, like basically school, because I can't think of anything right now, but if you have like any good questions, like maybe maybe like rules, or like, do you think that you need this to graduate? Is this gonna really be a good thing? Like, you know, do you really need high school? Stuff like that. And if you do have any questions, follow my Instagram or just DM me. It's fine, you don't have to follow me. Yeah, but that'll be the end of this video today. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe, and when I post some more, I'll give you more content of anything that I do. But yeah, this is the makeup, and I hope the self-explanatory with the makeup and stuff is good for you guys, because I'm not a makeup fashionista, but I know how to throw in a little bit of something. So yeah, like, I really like my blush. Like, I did something a little differently. Like, it looks like my skin. But yeah, it looks better in like the light right here. Oh, that burns my nose severely. But yes, if you have any questions, you can follow me on my Instagram. And if you just have any questions about anything, let me know. And if you have finished high school, or if you're in high school, let me know how it's going. If you guys need a buddy, like if you guys need like one of those buddies, like, hey, I need your help with anything, let me know, because not a lot of people will say that they got you. And how many people will like call you and tell you, or not call you, but how many people would text you and let you know like you're doing good? So if you need a support buddy, I will be here for you. I did graduate, guys. It doesn't stop you from needing a friend. So if you need a friend, I'll be here for you guys. So I just want to say bye, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, and